You said in your work that plants have their own agendas, they have their own ideas, they have desires, they have ways of expressing themselves, they certainly have behavior, and they can make choices. And that's how you've defined intelligence, is the ability to actually make choices. So would you like to expand on that to educate us a little more about, oh my God, what plants make decisions, plants make choices, plants have agendas? What are you talking about?
Yeah, that I mean, the experiments that I mentioned, so when I did them, I was also in my own kind of personal life interacting with plants at a much deeper level, both shamanically and, you know, in the garden. So, but at the time, because I was going through my own transformation as a being, I didn't mention anything about this to my colleagues. So I just did the research and published the research, and I wanted to make sure that the research was done properly and it was in a way was going through the proper channels, right? But then when I wrote the book that spoke the plant, that's when I actually was able to share that, you know, this entire work was already done in collaboration with the plants, and some of the experiments were given to me by the plants themselves. And so from my perspective, of course they have an agenda, because they recruited a human collaborator. It just happened to be me, maybe because I was listening. You know, there's nothing really special about this. It's more like they recruited me because I was listening, and I think that it was timely, and they knew that. It was like, we needed to hear this, we needed to learn this, we needed to know this. And now, you know, if I look 10 years back, 10 years later, this entire area is almost not that unique and special anymore. To me, I see so many others already talking about these. There are so many initiatives about plants. Like, there is a full-on revival. How many books have been written about plants in the last few years?
It's becoming more
totally mainstream.
less woo-woo, that's for sure.
That's right. There was none of this when I started. And if anything, I share this in my book as well, but I was looked at as if I was doing some woo-woo thing. And,
well, a lot of your papers weren't published. You were extremely published, and a lot you just got like, no.
That's right. That's right. So this, and I'm very happy that this is no longer the case. You know, it doesn't really need to happen anymore. Although, although it is part of my character, I think, like just the way in which my life unfolds is because of this very reason. My job on this is done. So, you know, when I was working with my fish, I also did similar stuff. Like I was doing things that were new, that hadn't been really tried before. And once they were accepted, so then I published them. Once they were accepted and other people started using them and started becoming like, oh yeah, this is good, my energy just retracts. It's almost like I'm not interested in digging and doing more of the same. I move on to the next thing that needs to be, the next box that requires opening. And so with the plants is the same. And, you know, I gave 10 years of my life opening this one box. And although I still obviously contribute and stuff, but my actual heart is no longer here. So I've already moved to the next box to be opened. And so it's interesting for me as well, because I know that some people are only just arriving to my work.
And it's really not mainstream yet either. I mean,
that's right. But for me,
person.
For me, it's like,